Hello, Geeks Assembled here, audio heads, and we are discussing something that you have all heard of, I'm sure. And it's the old Jerry Anderson television series, Space 1999. And I would like to tell you that this is that we've got a box set here that Big Finish have produced, and we're reviewing volume 1, which is actually the second volume in the Space 1999 set, but the first one has Breakaway in it, so it's supposedly, but this one also has a TV show in it. So yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I'm just curious what Lee thought. And so, sir, what'd you think of Space 1999?
Well, I absolutely adore the TV series. It's one of my favorite shows ever. And to sit down and listen to volume 1 or is it volume 1.5? I Nicholas,
Right?
what are you doing to him? You kind of confused me. But and to sit down and listen to this, and with the amazing theme tune.
It's so disco.
Well, it was back then, but they've sort of I think someone else has reimagined it on the disc. I'm just looking at the credits without my glasses on. Oh, but,
yeah, are you talking about Benji Clifford?
Is that the theme arranged? It was the Barry Gray theme, but yeah, theme arranged by Benji Clifford. Yeah, that was it. So he's put his bit of oomph onto it, I suppose.
Yeah.
And in this box set, we get 3 stories. In the other box set we got was just 1 story on 2 discs.
Right, because Breakaway is a longer episode.
It set everything up on the TV series Breakaway, and they've set everything up again for the audio series. 3 of these stories, only one of these stories is adapted from one of the TV episodes.
Yeah.
I think
the middle one.
The middle, Deaths of a Dominion. The other 2, the Siren Call and Goldilocks, are originals by Andrew Smith, of course. He gets about a bit, does Andrew Smith.
Yeah.
And who wrote the other one? Let's have a look. Adapted by Roland Moore. So, but yeah, and I think the casting as well is brilliant, because they're not replacing the actors from the original TV series. They're putting their own take. I mean, they've still got the same names, they're playing the same characters, but they're not trying to.
Some of them, yeah,
impersonate Martin Landau,
right,
or Barry Morse, or people like that. They're doing it their way. I mean, you've got Mark Bonner as Commander Koenig,
right,
and we all know Mark Bonner is a true Scotsman.
Yes,
and he's putting on a great. I don't know if it's. I can't remember if Koenig was American or Canadian. I can't remember, but putting on that accent is brilliant. And you say you've got 3 great stories with sort of the same sort of theme running through each story.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, there are the similar themes in the story.
Yeah, because they are looking for, because the moon is being blasted out into space, gone through a wormhole. So they're in a totally uncharted space.
Yeah.
And they're looking for a new home, and the moon is just traveling through it. And each story, it's a different planet, or they get a message from whoever. Please come down, and all like this. Or an SOS.
Right.
But the theme is finding a new home, and it is. I mean, the actors have got in this as well. The supporting cast are brilliant, and the soundscapes in this. It just brings me back to watching the TV series.
Yeah.
I can just imagine that, just the costumes as well that they used to wear in the TV series with the flares.
Yeah. Yeah. And they didn't just imagine them kind of when Big Finish was gathering the cast. Here, look at behind me on the they recreated the costumes for the photo shoot, and that was brilliant. What a good thing that was.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you had some guest stars in this. I'm just looking down the list. Terry Malloy in the first story. Who else did you have? Where are we? Anthony Howell.
Yep.
So there's quite a few people in these stories. Beth Chalmers, she gets everywhere.
Beth Chalmers from the Doctor Who audios, yeah.
So yeah, that's my opening thoughts on the box set. What about you, Susan?
Well, I really liked the fact that this was done as a work of art by his hang on a second, by his son, what's his name, Jamie Anderson,
Yeah.
Jamie Anderson, that's Jerry Anderson's son. And
he does work a lot for Big Finish as well.
Yeah, and the great thing about that was that he was is that they really did have a lot of integrity with the stories, and a lot of integrity with the music, and the way the dialogue was. But they were able to, as Big Finish does, go deeper and deeper with the characters, give Helena like a lot more stuff to pack into her character, rather than being more instead of just being a foil, but being a real substantial power in the Alpha. And the other thing was the way that they were exploring and willing to get somewhere. And then what's his name? He's the professor. They fleshed out his character a lot more.
Oh, Professor Bergman.
And yeah, and he wasn't even really big deal in the TV show, but he became an important character in this. And so that was really good. And the other thing that they did was they used the sound effects of the eagle taking off and landing, which was cool. And they also had the sound effects of the inside of Alpha. And then the only trouble is that I do not remember the TV show that Death's Other Dominion was part of. I'm not entirely sure what it was, or I don't remember seeing it, but I thought I saw every single one of the Space 1999 episodes. But it's really fun to hear something that was actually an episode, like another one that was actually an episode. And the fact that they added a wormhole instead of just shooting off into space, that was a really interesting thing. But that was from the first season. But this one showed the outside of that and like where they ended up. And the three different planets were like three completely, they did some world building, which world building is really important when you're talking about science fiction, because it can't just be, you know, something like Earth. It has to be really unique. And the problems on the three different worlds were, you know, really amazing. And so yeah, that was the planet that sucked them through the wormhole. Anyway, yeah, the planet that sucked them through the wormhole, Meta, was like they went to that one first, and they had yeah. Anyway, so Meta was the first one, and that was in Siren Call, and then Death's Other Dominion was the snow planet, and then the third one was the planet of oh, what's it called? Anyway, it's the planet with the big kraken or whatever. And I'm just like, you know, there was these three different planets with three different styles. Anyway, yeah, I'm just okay. So, what were your favorite moments, Lee?
Well, I'm just gonna hope it might remind you that there's a picture here from Death's Other Dominion from the TV series, and look who was in it.
Oh, Brian Blessed. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. I remember that because I did watch both of the Brian Blessed episodes.
Yeah, he did two, didn't he?
Yeah.
This
Okay.
was so that was one of the episodes with him in it.
Thank you. Oh, so that guy, the one with the big booming voice, that was you know, the idea of, oh, okay, good.
But well, Siren's Call, was it the first one?
Yeah, the Meta planet.
Yeah, with Terry Malloy, who was in it for us at the beginning, but then also he got killed. But then it was all about the essence of these aliens, wasn't it? Wanting the bodies of the Alphans.
Long term.
And the leader there was Garadus. It was a good idea, yeah. Just having all these bodies in these what do you call them, freezers, cubicles, and you know, once the bodies get destroyed, their essence just goes to the next one.
Yep.
Great idea. and Moonbase Alpha just falls for everything what's said to them. Yes, we'll live here. We could live here. But that was the story of the TV series. You know, every episode they were taken for fools every time. Yeah, I enjoyed this. And as you say, this was the Meta. And if you've listened to the bonus things on the end of the discs and stuff like that, Meta was mentioned in Breakaway on the TV series, but never ever seen on the TV. That was it. It was mentioned. There were signals coming from Meta, but then the second episode, it was never ever mentioned again. So
true. Oh, yeah, good.
So what the guys at Big Finish have done is created a story about Meta. Yeah, good story. great acting. I just like a good space adventure.
And what's nice about it is that there's is that they by their locker full of corpses, they are they've proven that there's you know, humanoid life all over the galaxy, and they've been
I also do like the character Commissioner Simmons, played by Tim Bensnick, because Commissioner Simmons was only in, if I remember rightly, the first ever episode of Breakaway in the TV series, and he was, as far as I remember, he was never seen again.
Yeah.
So they are fleshing out this character.
Yeah.
I've been racking my brain. I mean, I've got the DVD set over there somewhere, but I've been racking my brains to remember if he did appear in any other episode. But as far as I can remember, he didn't. And he's one of these, has to be done everything by red tape. He's in charge. He's more senior. He has to have the final say in everything, but his final say always ends up wrong.
Right.
You know, he always rushes in, ignores Commander Koenig, he ignores Dr. Russell. You know, their better judgment, head first into trouble. So I like the way they're fleshing out that character. Yeah, so a good story, that one. What was the next story? Oh, Deaths of a Dominion, the TV adaptation one. Another one about they're wanting to find a planet. This was the snow. I can't remember what the planet was called, but it was just snow planet, was it? Just everywhere. And they were underground. And it was the way that these were led to again.
Yep.
by the leaders of this community, and they wanted, because apparently they were how many years old when they crash landed? It sent them back through time or something like that. So they were so many thousand years old. But on the planet had made them infertile.
Yep.
So, because that was the question, I think it was it Koenig said, all these years you've been here, where is everyone? Where's the children?
Where are the children? Yeah.
So they wanted to get all the Alphans and use them, and which was great. But for me personally, in this one, I thought the character of Jack Tanner, Koenig's friend he hadn't seen from the academy days or whatever it was, he was quite mad, but doing everything he could to stop the experiments.
To alert them, and yeah.
What was the code? The code was Midas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Koenig recognised that. Which was, yeah, great. Because when I was listening to it, not like Susan, because Susan couldn't remember the TV thing, but when I was listening to it, it sort of came back, the essence of what the TV episode was about. So, I think the Big Finish guys have added more and fleshed it out more, and which is not a bad thing.
No.
And finally, Goldilocks, another planet where they're looking to see if they can inhabit, and the people living there.
It was a tropical, lush planet, and they were like, look at all this jungle. It's just going to be so wonderful. There's water. There's.
Yeah. But then the people who there what were the empaths or whatever they're called, where they can just say something in their minds, and the whole community.
Hive mind.
A hive mind, like a gestalt.
Yeah.
But all you had to do was to understand another language was for them to touch, and they understood English. They understood Helena Russell's connection with the commander, and it was just they knew where everybody was.
Yep.
Which, brilliant idea, and the way once the young girl was unconscious, she got knocked unconscious. The connection was cut between the rest of the clan, and then that's when all hell sort of broke loose. All the trust went out the window. It's brilliant. And then they say you had these huge creatures, which was amazing. I mean, there's no visuals, but you could see it. You anybody listening to it was picturing something different. I bet.
Yep.
But yeah, another brilliant story. I say 2 stories written by Andrew Smith in this box set. So
they showed this on the CD cover. So this creature right there.
yeah, that.
Yeah, and so like that. That's kind of like the the boss at the end of the thing, because you fought these little battles, and then you end up with this great big huge slathering prehistoric beast to try to kill. And they did kill it,
but it also delivered killed the leader of the clan, didn't it?
Yeah, it did kill what's his name? Harris Stenbar.
Was that the one?
Stenbar.
Yeah, played by Anthony Howell.
Yeah. Yeah, that was something. And but yeah, I mean, there were 3 completely different hooks to bait them to go to these planets. One looked like one was the call, and like that was the whole impulse for their trip. And then
the second one was the
second one was
the broken message they got.
The broken message, and the fact that they were actually like humans from Earth.
Yeah.
And then the third one was this lush planet. And but that world building was beautiful. I mean, it was really, really incredible. And it was adventure, and it was it had the crew again, always sort of triangular. The thing with Space 1999 that I remember so much from the TV show is the triangulation between Koenig and Russell, and then all of the other people were always in this. There was always like this sort of fighting. It like the discussions weren't like many people parallel. It was like these triangulated things. And the other thing that I really that I remember from these audios is that they had, contrary to the TV show, they had really, discussed amongst themselves, amongst the scientific community on Alpha, had discussed what the hell had happened to Earth.
Mm.
That was the other thing, was like, we rely on the moon for tides and movement of water and air masses, and we rely on the moon for stability in our orbit and in the tilt of our axis. All these things, all of these like fundamental strong points in this, and they actually discussed that. I think it was in the first episode. Yeah, maybe the first or second episode, they discussed what the hell had happened to Earth and how perhaps Earth was not as habitable anymore since the moon was gone.
Yeah.
And that was what occurred to me back in the day watching it. I was like, Jesus, Earth must have been so messed up, dude. And like that was fleshed out. So they really did some digging, and I love the they didn't get too bogged down in biology. They didn't get too bogged down in like emotional discussions of immortality. But they there was something in that I don't remember if it was in the episode or in the interviews afterward. They talk about not immortality but amortality. They just won't die. Instead of they're immortal, they can't be hurt. Anyway, that was really interesting. And so yeah, I enjoyed this, and
the stories don't drag.
And they don't drag.
They don't drag. Good stories.
And they're the same length of time as the TV episodes, an hour and 15 minutes, 75 minutes long, I think.
Roughly.
Yeah. So like it's the same sort of pacing as the show. But yeah, you can go to a lot more places and do a lot more things, and if they just keep picking and choosing like an episode here, an episode there that they reimagine.
Well, that's what they did with the Prisoner box sets. They took an episode here, an episode there, and they reimagined it and twisted it around a little bit, but it was still the same story.
Yeah.
It's just a shame they didn't carry on with the Dan Dare audios.
Yeah.
They were good.
Yep. So anything else you want to say about this?
No, not really. I think it's a solid box set from Big Finish. Because sometimes you get a box set with 3 stories, and there's always one what's not as good as the last or the one before. You know what I mean?
Clunker.
There's no clunker in this one.
Yeah.
But as we said, there's a theme. In each story, there's a theme running through each of these stories, a similar theme.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed listening to it again.
Yep. My first time through, and I enjoyed it also. The fact that Bonner isn't trying to imitate Martin Landau is good, because Martin Landau also had a million different voices and a million different faces, and
especially Mission Impossible and stuff like that.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, in his movies, he was really different every time. So it, it was good that they just did it that way. I do miss Barbara Bain's voice in Helena, to be quite honest, and I can't wait to see if they do do one of the ones with Catherine Schell, or invite her to do one. That would be fucking awesome. Okay.
You never know. They might do.
You never know. Anyway, like there, yeah. So
That's
so
that's the thing. That's the thing. I mean, you've got several actors what are still around, what appeared in Space 1999. They could just do a guest cameo as another character.
right.
Let me say you've got Catherine Schell still there, Barbara Bain's still with us, but she's living in America and she's not getting on a bit now, isn't she?
Yeah.
But also you've got oh, the Australian actor who played Alan Turner. Is it Alan? The Eagle pilot.
Yeah.
He's still around. He's been in many sci-fi shows.
Yep.
So they could in future box sets just ask them to do you want to come down or virtually record something via Zoom as a different character.
Yeah.
The technology these days can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And what you were saying about missing Barbara Bain's voice as Helena Russell, I don't know, because the actress who plays her, Maria Teresa Creasy, is an American, a true American.
It doesn't really matter. The voice is different. It doesn't
The
matter.
voice is different, but it's still, for me, it's still got the Barbara Bain twang, if you know what I mean. It's not Barbara Bain, but there is something there.
Yeah, she's a good actress. I'm not saying that it's not acted well. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that that because I liked Barbara Bain's voice so much, and I liked her so much, there. I'm just gonna have to listen to another one and just keep my eyes closed again, and maybe I can. I don't know.
Well,
So
I recommend listening to.
That was my only thing. Was like I was like, anyway.
Well, if you want to listen to Breakaway, see what you think of that. See if that's. I mean, that's going back before this box set, but
right.
See what you think.
Okay, I will. And yeah, and I yeah. So one question: if you were looking for a home planet, what would your home planet be like?
Not too hot, not too cold. I don't know really. Somewhere what resembled a beach, with a nice blue sea. And life is so easygoing. Food there. You just have to go and reach up the trees and get your food.
Yep.
Yeah. As long as there's alcohol there, I'm preferred.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. So, yeah, I would probably choose a beach to a place by the ocean.
I can't. I
I
can't.
wouldn't, I
I
wouldn't,
can't.
I would not mind a whole bunch of high-tech, uh, civilization around it. I would, that to me would be, quite nice. Sort of
But sand gets everywhere.
like a 90-story super skyscraper with the nerve center of a super dimensional group. Yeah. So yeah, I can't wait to see what they do next and where they go next. And a lot of these things that are coming up this fall this autumn, as you say in the UK, have to do with the multiverse. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to the many travels of this of Space 1999, and but also in the movies and television is coming up multiverse.
It's looking good.
Yes. And so with all of that, let's rate this thing, and then I need to go to Fan Expo Boston for the evening. So yes, thank you for joining me, Lee. What is your final say and score of volume?
It is a very good put together, and as in the bonus interviews, was one of the first recorded under lockdown conditions.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, and you can't really tell. Can't tell that they're all separated, the recording whatever via Zoom or whatever, or they're in a cupboard under the stairs. So they can record anywhere nowadays. So great. Me personally, I'm going to give this 10 eagles out of 10.
Nice. Well, because I miss Barbara Bain, I'm going to give it 9.5 Krakens out of 10, whatever it is, that the Tyrannosaurus Rexus over here, that
Great
that,
artwork. Great artwork as well.
what's that?
Great artwork.
Yeah, and great description of it being fully armored and stuff, and really hard to kill. And like, I loved it that it ended up with a super boss battle, and they weren't actually killing the humanoids, they were killing the creatures that were preying on the humanoids. Yes, that's the good stuff. And there was telepathy and empathy or whatever. That was hive mind. That was really cool too. And I who wants to live forever. Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
good stuff. Please like and subscribe. Like, give us thumbs up or thumbs down. Just do something, okay? And then hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell if you want notification. And
you boiled it.
yeah, and then probably you should talk to Lee, because you have to get involved with us if you want to, and we'd love to have you. And our recording day is Friday, will be Friday for a while, and so 7 p.m. UK time. And please, all you need is a camera, a microphone, and to be 18 or over, because sometimes we do, watch some really risque stuff. we discuss things with rather strong language, and yeah, so we can get a little anyway
Heated.
heated. And then also please do like join our Facebook group, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Tumblr and Instagram if you'd like. Lee shows what we're up to every week, and it's at Lee Wilson 70 on Instagram.
That's not my age.
No. And also do check out Space 1999, the television show, and the Big Finish box sets. You will not rue the day. It'll give you 9.5 Krakens out of 10 in terms of enjoyment. So yeah, please do. And thanks for watching. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.